Welcome back to another video, guys. This time we're doing another Corrupted Dungeon video, like we used to in the past, except we're recording this one, the build, a little bit as a postful build. I took this build to have some fun, just to try it out, and honestly I bought 5 sets. I have 1 set left, so I've died about 4 times. But out of those 4 deaths, we've made 7.8 million silver profit. We have 1 set left over, and we climbed from 100,000 infamy to over 200,000 infamy. And we dropped down to just a little bit below 200,000. I think we can see where I got up to. We'll look now as we look at the build. So, you guys will see here, we had a couple deaths, but I wasn't recording, so I didn't get some of my victories either. I forgot to hit record. That's not it. Where's it at, guys? Here we go. So we got to 234,000 infamy. Our last death cost us quite a bit, but we had over about 20 to 30 fights, pulling in over 7 to 8 million in profit. This build is really efficient. I've seen people use it with a Merc Hood to keep enemies slow or interrupts. Just swap to this if you're fighting at Fire Staff, guys, to interrupt his flame artillery. You can interrupt with your E. Or this, right? So you can get double interrupt on him, and pretty much that seals the deal. So let's look at the build. We're going with Fiend Scowl for purging Merc Jackets or anything that we need to purge. If they don't have a lot of abilities that need to be interrupted, stick with this to purge off Cleric Robes, etc. This here, just to send damage back at them, give yourself a little more time on your cooldowns. We're going to be running Radial Stew to increase cooldowns, not too worried about damage. The big damage is coming from our Hellfire Pots. More CC here, as you can see. We're increasing our CC and everything. 15%. Combined with this here just keeps you some energy. Since we're not running energetic shoes, you could. I just chose to go more of a CC route, and I've had a lot of fun with it. Sometimes it's a little memeish. You're like, oh wow, oh sorry, that's the Q we want, guys. Bigger damage. Yeah, sure, it's on a longer cooldown, but this here has a bigger area, and it gives you just a little bit of movement, which is actually super nice, because sometimes the cone allows you to hit your target, and you get out of the way of one of their abilities. So we started out with much lower fame. As you can see, we barely have any spec in this. We've gotten some spec now, but we started out with 0 spec, and I think killing these people we got to, so we did all this with no spec, guys. We got to, sorry, we're Valor, gotten to almost 25. So you can do this build with almost no spec. I started out around 980, right here. We started out about 980. We've gotten ourselves up to 1050 almost. It's just a super fun build. You're going to see in the clips like how you can troll a meme a little bit. We had some big kills that I didn't record. I'm really sad about. We had a Flame Walker kill. Dude was running tier 8. He was worth 2 million on his own, and he died in about 15 seconds because he underestimated this build. A lot of the people you'll kill don't know what to do, and they're really easy. Then you encounter some smart people, and these smart people, now, this build has a hard counter, but you can play around it by kiting. If you kite with this build, because you have so much mobility, you're going to see. So let's get to it and have a little bit of fun. Hopefully you can enjoy the fights. We're going to see if we can get a fight right here with our last set, and then we'll go from there. And then I'll upload all the other fights we recorded. If we die, it'll be a great way to close out the video. Most of the deaths I wasn't recording because it was just a test. And then I had so many wins, I was just like, well, I'll just record some. Then I went 10 or 15 in a row without dying. First few deaths were just right back to back. So there was no reason to record it because I was concerned that this build wasn't worth playing. Then I started figuring it out a little bit. And then it took off. So let's get to it. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like. Also, guys, don't forget that in about 9 days we're going to be streaming on day 1 of the Dune release, Dune Awakening. So hang out with us for that. Let's ride.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, as you can see, we lost that fight, but I broke 2 crystals, and we could have easily escaped. People with cloth hood, or sorry, leather hoods that change to the ability to remove CC, pretty much are a hard counter for this build. Then you combine that with dual swords, and you're countered, guys. Dual swords has just as good mobility as you, if not better. Even with Red Eel Stew, their cooldowns are faster. Dual sword is just a super strong weapon, and honestly, that's what you should run. If you don't know what to run in these, run dual swords. Way more efficient than this build, but this build is fun and it's nice. The number of people you catch off guard with it, you just have to remember to choose your engagements, reset when you feel like you should, and don't be afraid to burn abilities, like people's abilities, before you engage. And that's how we win some of these fights. Anything with super tanky, Guardian Helmet, Merc Jacket combo, things like that are pretty strong. Because they can basically Guardian Helmet through your fire, etc. You can also run tier 8 fires, but this was meant to be more of a low budget as possible. So it's just a 4-1 with this setup. Super fun. You can run it with Merc Hood, but I prefer the Fiend's Cowl. Definitely more spec would be great, but it's a really fun build, so if you're looking for something just no one's running, as you can see, like I did not see anyone running a hammer this entire time. These are just a few clips. The ones I remember to hit play on, because it's been a while since I've been doing videos and such, so I don't always remember to hit record, which is my fault, but still. This is once I started getting in a groove after winning about 10 in a row, then I just went on to do some. Basically, I died 3 times in a row, and then I was like, I might quit doing this, but I had 2 sets left. Then used a set for about 15 victories straight, maybe closer to 20. And then I died against the dual swords, grabbed my last set, did the intro, and then we went and did the last fight, which you just saw, which was right before this. And we lost that, unfortunately. But it's okay. I figured I already had broken 2 crystals, I could have left as soon as I seen what it was, and as soon as he changed his abilities, I had the full chance to leave. I chose not to because I feel like ending on a death. It's only real, If you don't die in Albion, then you're hiding it. Everyone dies. Whether it's 10 people, 1 person. For me, normally it's these maybe guys right here. I kill them all the time. Ethereum Regard, I bully these people. They're terrible. These guys are pretty bad in 1v1s, maybe. But in group fights, they typically outnumber me in the open world. But I hope you enjoyed this, have a little fun, and get some ideas to play your own random builds. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check us out on Dune Awakening live streams coming up soon in 9 days. Y'all have a good one. You guys are great.